What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to another episode of Road to Ruin Randomer. In today's episode we have got a Road to Glory style episode where I'm giving you just the highlights and whatnot. What I've done guys is I've cut out all the footage where I'm applying contracts to my players because it's literally the most unnecessary stuff for you to watch. So every time a player runs out of contract and I give them a new contract, the contract will have cost me either 300 or 350 coins. I will never pay more than that, and I never tend to find them cheaper than that. So some people said that I could probably get a gold shiny contract for 400 or 450 coins and it'd be worth a lot more games. I'm going to have a look at that after I finish this commentary because I didn't really pay attention to that. So it's definitely something I'm going to look at. Just to let you know, today guys, you will get another video from me today. You'll get a live commentary in probably a couple of hours. I don't want to put them up at the exact same time because maybe they won't get as many views as usual or something, but I spent a good 35 minutes editing this footage together as McCarthy scores a great goal there. I spent a good 35 minutes editing this footage together, and literally as I was putting the last clip in, Final Cut crashed and I lost everything because I didn't save it for some stupid reason. So apologies, this is later than it should be. You're probably going to get this around 5 o'clock, when if that hadn't happened it would have been around 4 o'clock because I spent another 35 minutes editing it and so on and so forth basically. But yeah, also today I've played 2 games today, one the live com and one just regular game just to get some footage. And EA keep disconnecting me around the 60-minute mark. I say keep disconnecting me. They've done it 2 games in a row around the 60-minute mark, and it's so frustrating. I was winning both games. You'll see in the live commentary that I was winning the game, and it got disconnected, and it's just really frustrating. I don't know if it's me that's having a problem or if it's EA that are being shit, because my internet is still absolutely perfect, but it's just the EA servers that keep knocking me down. And I just played a game now, and I've got Brad Friedel's out of contracts after the game that I played, and I tried to apply another contract, and I know I've got contracts there because I bought like 10 contracts for 350 coins each, just because I could basically, and give me a good opportunity to get everyone up on high contracts for a while. And it said that I had no items available, which I know is bullshit, because if you like when you get your starter pack, you get those like bronze training cards, and I had a +5 pace and +5 shooting, which I've never ever used, and it's telling me that those aren't there as well. So I don't really know what's going on, if EA are having issues or what, but it's definitely a little bit annoying. Just to let you know as well guys, thanks just to everybody for all the support as per usual. This series seems to be going down pretty well. You guys seem to love the fact that I'm doing both aspects of a Road to Glory and Ruin Randomer all together. And now I've got 2 full gold teams, which you'll see here. I've got basically two full gold teams. I've got a Premiership team and a Russian League team, and I've done that in just like 50 games, which is I would say pretty amazing. It just goes to show, I guess, how easily done it really is, because I don't know, a lot of you guys seem to struggle for contracts, struggle for players and stuff, but I've clearly just shown that in quite a short amount of time, because 50 games you could play in 2 or 3 days, 50 games quite easily, and if I had the time I would play 2 or 3 games in 50 days. Wait, no, that doesn't even make sense. What am I talking about? I would play 50 games in 2 or 3 days. What the fuck am I talking about? 2 or 3 days in 50 games? What? I don't even know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about anyway. So yeah, score a nice goal with Danny there. So yeah, it's real easy to get some pretty good teams. And obviously if I just built 1 team rather than 2 full gold teams here, I could have a much better team where I could potentially have some really good players. I did say I was going to do some trading videos, but I'm actually not going to. I'm going to try and do this Road to Glory with no trading whatsoever and just getting everything from match coins, which sounds a bit silly, but as you'll see throughout this episode, I actually sell quite a lot of the players that I first bought because I don't use them anymore, like players like Roberto Carlos, Ricardo Fuller, or Demwingy, something like that. I don't use them anymore. So I sold them and got my coins back. I actually made a small profit on quite a lot of them, which is trading in itself, I guess, which you'll get to see that anyway. And it's a lot more fun to do it this way. Like I tell you what, like I know I've had all these beast teams in the past and had the team of the year team for a very short period of time and score a wonderful goal with Danny there. But I'm having so much more fun playing with these two teams. I've got this Premiership team and the Russian League team, and I can only assume I'm having so much more fun playing with them because I've earned everything I've got rather than somebody giving them to me or rather than me buying coins. I feel, you know, very happy with the fact that I've earned everything that I've got. As you can see here, these are the players I get rid of. So Roberto Carlos and Zogbia, Fuller, Giroud, Odemwingie and Taarabt. The main reason why I actually got rid of Taarabt because I'm going to buy him back when I find him in a 4-4-2 formation because he just wasn't. He didn't have enough chemistry. Basically, he only had 5 chemistry even when I put him in my full Premiership team. So that was a little bit annoying that I couldn't get him better chemistry. So at the moment, I've obviously got Dorrans and McCarthy in centre midfield. But I hope to eventually have Taarabt and probably someone like Wilshere or Arteta in centre midfield. Just a 4-star skiller, nice passer, probably good defensive work rate, and just someone nice like that. And then when I can get the coins, I think I can probably pick up Nani for around 12 or 15,000 now. So it'll be nice to have a midfield quartet of Nani, Wilshere, Taarabt and Ben Arfa. The biggest problem with the English Premier League is the lack of 5-star strikers. Now we can have Adebayor up front, who's got 4-star skills, and I'm sure there's another striker or two that I'd be able to afford with 4-star skills as well. But we'll work on those a little bit later. But luckily now I'm in a position where I've got my Russian League team. Almost every player has more than 10 contracts, which is fantastic, and some of them have like 20, 30 and I think even 40 contracts in one scenario, which is again very good. And my Premiership League team is also there. So where I'm looking to take this now I've got 2 full gold teams that I'm comfortable with. It's going to be just getting everyone to 9 chemistry, and in the Premier League team the only person that isn't 9 chemistry is Ben Arfa. And I've actually, you'll see in this video, I bought another Ben Arfa in 4-4-2 formation and got rid of my 4-3-3 or 3-4-3 guy, Ben Arfa. So now I just need a right wing to right midfield card, which is probably around 1,500 coins that I'll be able to pick one up for. As you just saw there as well, I bought Doumbia for 3,500 coins. I think he had 28 contract there, I can't remember exactly. And I bought this regular bronze pack for no other reason than giving a contract to Martins so that I can sell him, because obviously nobody's going to buy a player with no contract. So I wanted to sell Martins and gave him the 1 contract there and sent him to the trade pile and put Doumbia in his place. Now, as I said, guys, as you saw there again, like I went to I stored all remaining items in club, but I don't have any items in my club. Like I'm trying to apply a contract to Brad Friedel, as I said, and it's telling me as like I'm even doing it right now, and it's telling me I've got nothing, no items available, and it's very frustrating because I know I've got things in my club to even. Like I don't know, I know I've got like a gold contract and 2 bronze contracts that I've just not been given, that for some reason have been taken away from me, and I've tried resetting my PlayStation and all that sort of business, but it's just not working, and it's really frustrating. So other than that, guys, so the plan now will basically be, now I've got 2 full gold teams, is to start looking at entering tournaments and actually building teams to go into tournaments. So I can use the 2 teams I've got to accumulate like 10 or 15,000 coins and build a solid bronze team and go in and win one of the bronze tournaments, and then go and build a solid silver team, go and win the silver tournament. And obviously I've got 2 solid gold teams, but like I said, I want to get them to 99 chemistry basically without a manager, so that I've got 9 chem on each player. And the Russian League team is a little bit further away from there than the Premier League team. The Premier League team I get 97 chemistry on, and let me just have a quick look what I get on the Russian League team. So on the Russian League team I get 95 chemistry at the moment, mainly because Carlos Eduardo and Danny need the centre attacking midfield to centre midfield cards. But what I'm actually going to do is, obviously, as people have mentioned, in the comment section, and as I kind of knew myself anyway, if I get Bruno Alves to play as centre back, I will get Danny will get 9 chemistry because they're from the same club and the same nation. As you see here, I put the player prices down a little bit there. I still made a little bit of profit on each of them, and in this episode, guys, I've come up against some really, really good sides. Like I always say to you, I never pull out of games. Like, I never cherry pick opponents. It's just for a long time with the teams I used to have, like especially the silver team, I would always come up against people with low chemistry or low rated teams because I had a silver team. Now I've got my gold team with like 90 or chemistry. I'm coming up against 4.5 star or 5-star teams with 100 chemistry every time, and I'm just tearing them apart. Like, genuinely, like it's a lot of fun. Like, one of the first games in this episode, the guy had like Neymar up front, and he had like a solid team, a 5-star team with some really, really good players. Lucio, I can't even remember who else, Maicon, players like that. And I made him quit, and it's like, it's really, really fun to just use a team that's so basic to beat these teams with such amazing players. Even though I scored a cutback there, that was actually this game was one of the most intense I've ever had, because I was all over this guy start to finish. And as you can see here, I don't know if you can hear the commentary too well, I don't think you can, but when Suarez scores his 3rd goal in a second, the commentator says every shot is every goal. So he's had 3 shots and scored 3 goals with Suarez, and I think he finished with like 5 shots and 4 goals or something. And I missed a penalty there in extra time, and he then walks down the other end of the field and does make it indeed 4-2 with Luis Suarez. A nice little 1-2 through there. And can't complain about that goal, to be honest. It's a lovely little chip over the keeper. He took his chances well. This was a game. It was a hard-fought game. Don't get me wrong, but it was a game where I was just constantly pressuring him from start to finish. I get very lucky to get the ball back there, but Wagner Love makes it 4-3, and I do manage to somehow nick the 4-all. And he was 2-0 up in regular time and 4-2 up in extra time. And I still managed to take it to penalties, which was just brilliant for me. And I'm going to fast forward through the penalties here because the penalty sequence is about 2 minutes long. And I don't want this video to be way too long. It's already about 15 to 16 minutes long as it is. But fortunately for me, I actually went through and won on penalties. I think I scored all 5 of mine. And he tried to get very cheeky at the last 2 penalties. Like, he chipped the ball here, and it just chipped it straight over the bar. And I don't know, when you're in that position, I just never would do that. But all those players sold there, as you can see. The only person that didn't sell was Roberto Carlos. I'm guessing I overpaid massively for him, so I sold him for 1,100 coins in the end. And as I said, guys, I went off and bought Ben Arthur. It cost me 1,500 coins. He had quite a lot of contracts though. He's still got 6 contracts left, and I played him for a few games, so I think he had like 9 or 10 contracts, which wasn't too bad. This is probably the worst team I come up against in the whole game. The guy had 57 chemistry in a 4-star team, but like I say, I don't pick the teams I play against, and especially when I start entering tournaments, you guys will see hopefully just how good I am, because in my opinion, the better players play in the tournaments, and just like your average casual gamer plays in online play, which is probably why I do a lot better than most people in online, and probably why I win like a lot more games, because I'm not an average casual gamer. I am what people would call a hardcore gamer, and I come up against just your regulars. So it's still nice to know that you can obviously beat a lot of people. Played against this guy one of the last games, ended up winning this 3-1, score a nice goal with Dorans here right at the end. And this was one of those games again, like I was pissing about the entire game, like trying to score with the goalkeeper, things like that. Like I just dominated the guy. I don't know if I show the match stats afterwards, actually. I don't think I do. Hopefully I do, because I wanted to show you guys. I just went straight to advanced, fair enough. So there was one more game left at the end of this, guys, and I came up against this guy who's got another solid team, 96 chemistry. It's only a 4.5-star team, but he's got like Hernandez, Di Natale, Diego Lopez, Diego Forlan, and Gibril Sissi, who's obviously very fast. And he brought on some pretty solid players as well, and he's got like Chiellini and Lucio in defence. And I took a very, very quick 3-0 lead against this guy, scoring in like the 11th, 21st and 24th minute. And after that, he was just obviously very fed up because he started playing it around his defence and stuff. And I actually pretty much just put my control down, he put his control down, and we just let the game play out because he wasn't going to let me have the ball, just playing it around his defence, and I couldn't be bothered, to be perfectly honest. So that is the end, guys. If you could hit that like button, it would mean a lot. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.
Into the box plenty of times, and it was more than enough. I do hope you've enjoyed what has been a